Welcome to Yoga for Grief. So often in our practice, we tend to focus our attention on heart-opening poses, like gentle back bends. Most yoga flows are designed for us to broaden through the chest, expand our airways, and expose our hearts, exposing our vulnerability. But sometimes our hearts are broken, and it's not appropriate to move in that way. There inevitably comes a time when we are wounded deeply and need to comfort and mend our broken hearts. This flow is designed with those times in mind. So let's get into it. Begin in table pose with your shoulders stacked over your hands, hips over knees. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, sit back on your heels. Widen your knees as you walk your hands toward the top of the mat, melting your chest down to the earth. Rest your forehead on the floor at the hairline. Lengthen your tailbone away from the back of the pelvis while you lift the base of your skull away from the back of your neck. Breathe into your back body. Notice the sensations throughout your body as you have created a sort of warm cocoon of yourself and for yourself in child's pose. Witness the rhythm of your breath. Allow your thoughts to come and go with each breath as you shift your focus to the present moment. Settling into your practice, take a slow, deep, nourishing breath in through your nostrils, and then release, exhaling fully. Now on your next inhale, lift up through the torso and walk your hands over to the right. As you exhale, melt back down to the floor, resting your left cheek on the mat, and breathe deeply into the left side body. Rest here for a few cycles of breath. You can close your eyes. As you inhale, imagine the space opening up between each rib. Exhale and melt further into the mat. See if you can walk your hands over a little more to the right. On your next inhale, lift through the back body and slowly, gracefully walk your hands all the way over to the left side. Exhale, bring your right cheek toward the floor. Let's repeat the rounds of breath on this side as we inhale, opening and expanding throughout the side body, and then exhale, releasing deeply into the stretch. On your next inhale, walk your fingertips back to center. Return to child's pose, lowering your forehead or chin to the floor. And take this moment to close your eyes and notice how different your body and mind feel compared to when you first moved into child's pose. Perhaps you're feeling a little more connected with your breath and a little more space and ease throughout your body. On your next inhale, walk your hands back to your body and return to table pose. So your fingers should be spread wide under your shoulders and your knees are stacked under your hips. Spine is neutral and the neck is long. Gaze in between your hands. Press into the palms to drop your shoulders slightly away from your ears. Lengthen your tailbone toward the back wall as you guide the crown of your head towards the front wall. I like to tuck my toes here in Barmanasana. Feel free to place padding or a rolled up blanket under your knees for added support. Now on your next inhale, imagine you're breathing in through the palms of your hands. Feel the breath rising up through your arms and spreading throughout your entire being. Exhale, tuck the chin to your chest as you round through the spine. Press your hands into the earth and empty your body of breath. Inhale and return to a neutral spine. Usually when we move into the heart closer of cat, it is countered by cow pose, a heart opener. But today, we'll just flow from cat to table for several rounds of breath. Inhale through your hands again. Imagine you're pulling your breath into your body from the earth. And then exhale, round your spine toward the ceiling. Drop the crown of your head and your tailbone. Draw your belly in and up. Let's repeat this cycle from cat to table 3 more times at your own pace. Move deliberately and with care. Return to a neutral spine and table pose. And on your next inhale, lift your right arm up to the sky, opening your chest to the side of the room. Exhale and lower your right arm, threading it underneath the left. Lower your right shoulder and your right ear to the ground. And walk your left fingertips to the front of the mat. Keep equal weight in your knees. Your feet are straight out behind you. Make any adjustment for more comfort. You can stay here, or you can experiment with your balance by pressing your left palm into the floor. Engage your core muscles and activate your glutes to lift your left leg up behind you. Lift a little higher and breathe. Guide your leg back down to the floor if you had it raised. Pressed into your left hand, breathe in and lift your right arm back up toward the sky. Breathe out and return to Barmanasana, table pose. Let's repeat that on the other side. On your next inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky, opening your chest to the side of the room. Exhale, threading it under the right arm. Bring your left shoulder and left ear to the ground. Make space throughout the side body for 3 deep rounds of breath, settling into Parsvabalasana, turned child's pose. Repeat anything you did on the other side. If your leg is lifted, slowly release it back down to the mat. On your next inhale, lift up and out of the pose, returning to table. Make your way to sitting on your buttocks with your legs outstretched. Give your legs a little shake. Point and flex your feet a few times. Begin to make circles by rolling your ankles. Spread out your toes as far apart as you can, and then squeeze them together tightly. Repeat that a few more times. Now open your legs about 90 degrees. Your feet are flexed and kneecaps should be pointing straight up toward the sky. Open your chest by rolling your shoulders up to your ears and then down your back. If your lower back tends to round, you may find it helpful to sit up on some extra height, like a folded blanket or a cushion. Take a deep breath in and lift your head to the sky. Exhale and start to hinge forward from your hip creases, maintaining a long spine as you walk your hands down the inside of your legs. As with any forward bend, prioritize maintaining the length in your spine over going deeper into the pose. Let's breathe and allow each inhale to invite your body to reach a little further. Allow each exhale to invite your body to fold deeper. Take a deep breath in, lift your head, and walk your hands back toward your body. Very slowly bring your legs back together. Draw the right sole of your foot to the left inner thigh and the left sole of your foot to your right outer shin, moving into Sukhasana, easy pose. Begin to walk your right fingertips out to the right. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, gently bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Explore this stretch on the side of your neck as you breathe. We often hold a lot of tension and stress in our neck and shoulders. So when you feel overwhelmed by your emotions, it's always a good idea to do some gentle neck stretches. Slowly guide your head back up, and let's repeat on the other side. Walk your left fingertips out to the left. Take a deep breath in and find length in your spine. Then as you exhale, bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Breathe here for 3 rounds of breath. Bring your head back to center. Take a deep breath in, and as you're pulling oxygen into your nostrils, begin to raise your arms to shoulder height. Your palms are facing the front of the room. Broaden through the chest and open your arms. Open your heart. And then as you exhale, wrap your arms around your front body, rounding your spine. Grab opposite shoulders. Let's repeat this a few more times. Fill your lungs while you mindfully spread your arms wide, squeezing your shoulder blades together. You can even look up at the sky. And then empty your body fully of breath with each exhale. Not only does this exercise help us to train our body to connect the breath with motion, but it's also a wonderful way to give yourself some much needed love. On your next exhale, release your arms to your lap. Sit tall and begin to twist from the waist to the right side of the room, bringing your left hand to the outside of your right thigh and your right hand behind you. Inhale to gather length and exhale to twist a little deeper. Twists like this are a great relief to our body. They are a detoxifying release. They also help correct any imbalances between the left and right side, restoring a sense of equilibrium. Slowly unwind your body, returning to center. Sit tall and twist from the waist to the left, bringing your right hand to the outside of your left thigh and your left hand behind you. Breathe in to gather length and breathe out to twist a little deeper. And now slowly unwind back to center. Uncross your legs and place your feet on the floor, hip distance apart, with your knees bent. And now slowly roll down all the way to the mat. You can widen your feet out to the sides of the mat and allow your knees to drop in on one another. Place your palms on your belly. Feel the support of the earth beneath your body. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, relax completely, gently bringing your eyes to close. Let's practice a little pranayama, or breath control, to help us relax and bring our focus into the present moment. Begin to observe the sound of your breath and notice how similar it is to the natural rhythm of the ocean. Take deep, nourishing inhalations, followed by full, complete exhalations. Breathe like the wave. Now cup your hands over your mouth as you would on a crisp morning to warm up your hands. Inhale and do an audible exhalation as you breathe out with your mouth wide open, kind of like you're fogging up a mirror. This is the beginning of Ujjayi breath. Now bring your hands back to your belly and let's try that open mouth Ujjayi breath again. Inhale through your nostrils, inviting your lungs to fill, and then open your mouth wide as you exhale. Next time, try to create the same sound on your exhale, but with the mouth closed. You should feel your abdominal muscles engage as you empty your body of breath. You'll also feel a slight constriction in the back of your throat. Bring your hands to your ears as you breathe like this, listening to the sound of the ocean you have created inside your own head to help soothe your central nervous system. When my thoughts begin to float adrift, ocean breath anchors me to the present moment. When my heart breaks and I'm overwhelmed by a sense of grief and sorrow, I take a few moments to practice this Ujjayi pranayama, ocean breath. It really does help. Return to your natural breathing and extend your legs out. Comfortably rest your arms on either side of you. Stay here in Shavasana, relaxing and meditating for as long as you desire. Grief is not a disorder, a disease, or a sign of weakness. It is an emotional, physical, and spiritual necessity, the price you pay for love. The only cure for grief is to grieve. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel.